you itemize correctly, this can actually be a really good Storm game. It's a great hero against Mirana. It's one of the heroes that can follow her all the way.
Tuska.
It's good against Necro, I would say.
And that wraps up Winstrike. They got all 5 players up on top lane at the moment to see if EG want to have a bit of a battle.
It's been a long time since I've seen the early movements of heroes be like this.
Shards, they blocked him. Always want to fly, and always want to fly. He's got paralyzing cast, try and create some space, jukes it through, cuts in the tree line, death pulse plus the curse. It's enough damage. Fly, we're not even into the full game yet, and he's already got +2.
2k gold lead minute 5. They have this tendency of just winning their lanes every single game they play.
You said like the 3 heroes you picked at the very beginning as it's your real strong cores, real strong laners.
Oh, flies up far.
Yeah,
that was not good.
Perfect bramble from Nofi. Arteezy will try and make the most of it. Nongrata knows he cannot stand and fight this, however. So back into the brambles for No Fear. He
can always
yeah, he's got the Shadow Realm.
He can Realm TP if he wants.
And he's
trying to bait him.
Okay, now he starts the TP. Wait for it. It's going to be creeps only.
Less 5 full seconds, so you can wait 2 seconds before you even TP.
Well, supports come towards the top lane, so Fly's rotated up. Trying to stay hidden inside the trees. I believe he was capable of doing so. Gets the double curse off. They're going after Silent. Shards blocks him in perfectly. Always want to fly. He's already thrown out the paralyzing cast. And Drow Ranger will die underneath the tier 1 tower with crit here too. They're going to get Always Want to Fly. So Fly up to 8. Intelligence stolen. And they push so hard with the catapult. So tier 1 tower will take significant damage. He takes the entire creep wave, tanks it up, and just adds that mid pressure. And S4 and Crit have made the most out of it. This catapult's come the whole way to the tier 2 tower. Now they Shards, Always Want to Fly, Snowball. They dodge the paralyzing cask, and this will allow S4 and Crit to push it back to the tier 3 tower. They won't find the kill. Instead, they turn their attention towards No Fear as Fly has moved over. No Fear must go into the Shadow Realm to try and dodge the damage coming his way. That Iceberg also moved in. Nongrata so low. So is No Fear. Fly just needs to have one more curse, and he'll find the kill. But it's not happening. They've separated so much EG that they're just not together. S4 is going to die under the tier 3 tower, while Ball Lightning forward, they catch out Fly almost at the tier 3 tower as well.
Tick.
There's one tick from the curse to get a rebuttal, but that seemed way too deep for evil geniuses.
Yeah,
I know they're ahead, but still.
Probably went a little bit too far in that one. It's still, you look at the gold, it's, you know, basically nothing gained for the Dire, and they lost map control. So I think EG are actually okay with this.
EG's looking for a kill on bottom lane. Arteezy's been sitting down here, having a little bit more of a fun fight. Leap forward, they're going to actually let the Bramble off. But that's not enough defense from No Fear. Even the Cursed Crown doesn't make Tuska worry too much. And they find a Fly. He was moving over underneath the Dire Observe Ward. Samael, thanks to Haster, and he can just easily leap in for the Starfall. Iceberg, he doesn't dodge the secondary star. He did dodge the first one, but still death. Samael underneath the tower. He knows he got himself a triple kill. Paralyzing Cask is more of a pain in the butt than anything else. And he'll Fairy Fire just to ensure it. TP out to safety. And Arteezy can just watch him.
Just combining their spells. Global Silence will be available shortly. They can easily catch with the Tusk and grab some kills. They're trying to find S4 here, but Moonlight Shadow will make that very difficult.
They really wanted to fight because you had level 6 just hit up on Drone. Nice sentry ward, they'll see Arteezy. S4 is nearby, Paralyzing Cask will not bounce. Enrage is still available as well from Arteezy. Goes straight after, onto Always Want to Fly. Flies here too, trying to keep Iceberg under control with this curse. He can't just Ball Lightning jump around while the Snowball goes after the Drow Ranger. Scythe of Ice just kills her off. And then into Dark Willow. It just seems one by one, Winstrike will fall down. Samael gets yet another kill. 4 now for him. 13 in total across the board. S4 is ready to fight. He's already finished up a Veil 11 minutes in. So the amplification becoming real strong for EG's damage. As Fly and Arteezy prep their own gank. The Observe Wall they planted down before, they're right into Silent. You talk about what happens when he gets another level. We're assuming he actually reaches 7.
We'll get there.
Looking for a rebuttal. Crit won't find the target. Nongrata is hiding inside the tree lines, and they saw him for half a second. They just try and blind shard block Iceberg, but Iceberg's gone the long way around to get home. Oh god, Fly. That's deep. They know where his Observer Ward is. He'll get a curse off at least. Arrow flies forward, will not connect onto Iceberg. And they're going for Roshan. 12 minutes in, Arteezy has DD. Makes sense.
At the very least, Fly took away a lot of attention there. They will be sending in the Wave of Terror here.
That's negative armor. They're going to finish Roshan quickly. Here comes No Fear with the Terrorize. Everyone from EG starts to bail out as you do have the unwilling movement out. Good curse crown. Crit has to separate himself from the rest of the team. Arteezy comes back in to finish the job. He did lose the stacks, but it may not matter when he's got that much damage. Bramble in a good spot. Arteezy is locked in, but he's still close enough to hit and kill Roshan. Takes the Aegis, the Immortal, and now EG into aggression mode after Nongrata. They have all 5 heroes ready to push down the mid. Crit's even taunting before they finish the kill. Then he punches him down finally.
I think they were trying to give the kill to S4 so he could get all his mana back, but in the end, you want to make sure you at least get the kill.
Yeah.
So, oh, good shards, even though they don't catch him in them.
Jump forward from Iceberg, going after Fly. He was just doing the D-ward as the arrow flies for the last attack. Will be able to connect. A VS dead in the trees. You've lost your silencer. Witch Doctor down on the bottom lane underneath the Observer. That's what the one you were talking about.
Yeah, Crit got the shards on the stairwell down toward the mid-tier 2 tower, so always trying to fly, had nowhere to go but to the right, and he got cornered there by the Ursa.
And now they go after Silent. Crit waits long enough so he can pick up S4. They don't actually reach him, but they put down the Scythe with the Walrus Punch. Silent's still dead, even though he doesn't die to the Scythe. It is just kill after kill. Iceberg now going after Arteezy. Enrage is available, so is the Aegis, the Immortal. So even if they get this kill, then maybe your rebuttal, he'll enrage and just run it off. Winstrike still looking for their first tower of the game, 16 minutes in. Silence coming in with Iceberg. And looks like EG are refusing to give it up. S4 is here. Yule Scepter and Veil. So practically impossible to kill off S4. He's got initiation. The shards will be on the wrong side. As, wow, they're actually, yeah. Yule Scepter up, Storm Spirit hits the ground, and then Scythe, Global Silence, no way to jump away. And it was the bottom lane. What was happening down there? I know you were, you had a look.
I think if they just sit back and try to farm items on this draw, it's not going to happen. Like, EG are running you over across the map. You have to try to take fights, and if they fail, so be it. But at least, you know, go for a team move, go for a gank, something like this, you know? Take some initiative.
Yeah.
If they find Arteezy here, this could turn into something good. He doesn't enrage the first life. There's no global.
It feels like a trap, though. Iceberg jumps all the way over. You got Negro coming from the bottom. The gust is not right. And Arteezy's able then to enrage. He can tank through everything they've got, and then turns to beat into him with the snowball forward. You still have Arteezy dying. And that may be sort of worth it, especially as Samael is low. No Fear can't get closer to finish the job. Instead, S4 just controls him up with the Yule Scepter. Nongrata runs into the tree lines, at least avoids the shards, but now the arrow comes flying back over into the Shadow Realm. And Samael, he should die at this. No! Well, yes, no. He lives.
No.
No. All I have to say to you. Get away with the first kill, because they knew that Arteezy was just sitting there waiting. And now with Moonlight Shadow, jump forward, Silent, Gust will connect, but Enrage jump, Ursa runs straight back in again with the help of Samael, finds the kill. And they still have Deep Observer wards behind the tier 2 town, so they're ready to fight once more.
They could wait for it if they want. By the way, almost Atos on Fly against this Storm Spirit who is working on a very late Orchid. So he has no solution for getting Atos.
Oh, the Moonlight Shadow was going to allow Crit to close the distance on Silent. Samael's already going to find him. And this is a simple kill. Samael going 10-0-4. It's a shame EG weren't playing more games there, or else Samael would have been a fantastic card to have in your fantasy team.
Yep, thanks for that, Toby, yesterday. Nice sabotage.
Yeah, I'm a beastie boy.
Yep. I got that one.
Top Walrus Punch, flip the Vengeful Spirit, swap away, and then Snowball comes straight back again. No Fear, only he was thinking about terrorizing him. Always want to fly was in the neighborhood. Still haven't seen a single death ward out from him. He'd love to do it. Gets the Maledict off. Iceberg, Ball Lightning TPs away. As you realize his 2 supports are totally dead.
And he got a death ward off, and then he got first hit bashed. Or maybe it was second hit, actually, from Arteezy's Ursa.
Very stylish. But yes, Roshan's being killed off. So what's more important, Roshan dying or the pretty lights of No Fear?
What was it yesterday? Wham bam, thank you EG, and EG were not in the game. That was great. Arteezy, Global Silence. They're trying to get the Storm, but he's juking nicely around the tree line. No bash on that attack, so...
Yep, but into mid lane, Samael just breaks the B, or burns the BKB, jumping in deeper. kills off Non-Grata, Silent on the run as well, and Samael, damn this damage with Mjolnir, he just does so much work. He doesn't have a leap available, no paralyzing cast, but Death Ward, Samael, okay, he's got the life. Bramble couldn't hold him in close enough, and Snowball, everyone wants to come together. Arteezy waited. He wanted the Dark Willow, he didn't want to chase after the Vengeful Spirit. And now Storm Spirit back into the mix. Iceberg, prove he's the real hero, but prove he's dead. He can buy back into the game and then ball lining back out. Arteezy's Aegis Immortal has broken out, so now he's back to the world of living, but pulling in S4. But Dark Willow! Arteezy's so huge, the Curse Crown, it's great. On to 3, but there's no way to follow up. In fact, I think there's no way to win this game. You just keep jumping him. Non-Grata, the urn will kill him off because the original chance wasn't enough. Winstrike done like a dinner, 27 minutes in. EG convincingly take game 1 against Winstrike to start off their day 3 at the TI8 group stage.
Yeah, they're the clear favorites in this series for a reason. I didn't think it was going to be this dominant and this easy though, but now I got a little less excited. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's good for the Wyvern, it's good for the Weaver, obviously to have the aura, but they were running out of time. I think they were just like, okay, I got nothing, so...
7 tangos and a stout shield is the way he's going to begin this lane. Down the bottom lane, Silencer at range to work with the Winter Wyvern. And Iceberg's also making his way down for the moment. And, oh, actually, they're going to wrap around.
I think Silent saw them. Yeah, he's pinging them out. Iceberg doesn't seem to care very much.
Yeah, they just walk straight into him, tether him up. If Fly levels up Magic Missile, S4 can come in for that arrow. Samael's moving over too. He's trying to beat into Crit, but yeah, it is. Magic Missile into arrow. You can see it coming from a mile away. And Iceberg, oh, they're letting S4 take the first blood. Samael actually stayed the blade.
I wonder why.
Samael would have liked that.
I was curious to see how well Kunkka would be doing in this lane, actually. And he's doing fine so far. I think, just thinking about this lane, it feels like a draw to me. We'll see how it goes.
Oh, S4, they go after the draw range at No Fear, start to move back because S4 leapt towards him as though No Fear was the primary target. But then EG just switched. I say switched, it was probably the original intention anyway. If he stick charges then pops the spirits out, actually it's still not enough damage to kill off Always Wanna Fly. And the Observer to watch the stack. Worried about when the farm's going to come in. S4 looking for his own line for the arrow into Silent. Fly's coming in from behind, so Wave of Terror. Only level 1. But it's enough as, oh, okay, Weaver. What did he go on, and why did he go on it when Tree and Protector was moving off the lane?
Not quite sure how that happened. I wasn't watching that lane either.
Samael's getting hit pretty hard. Iceberg, level 1 toss, not enough damage. Samael, still with a couple of bottle charges up his sleeve.
Oh, Iceberg's
Feels
actually
okay.
winning the lane.
Yeah, 36-11 to the 24-5.
Yep. If it wasn't for the 2 side lanes going this poorly and the 4 bounty runes for EG, this wouldn't look too bad for Winstrike, but they've lost the side lanes so hard.
Yeah, Dro's got nothing, and Tree actually TP'd down now. So it's Weaver all alone on the top lane. This may actually be better for Non-Grata so we can get some levels, but No Fear underneath the tower. S4 just working with Fly. They can get the extra stun, double it up with the arrow and the Starfall. Always Wanna Fly. Welcome to the hell that is the bottom lane. And then they fortify to keep their card alive on bottom too. So even extra damage into that tier 1 tower. Add more pressure, keep the TP supports coming in. Iceberg's going to try and change up this top lane. Crit. Actually just jumped in. He will dodge the attack. He's got a couple of stick charges, giving Arteezy that little bit more life, but it's not enough to survive. And Crit, thanks to the Weaver bug on him, has no armor to work with. And a great rotation from Winstrike, finally on the board.
Yep. It's a relocate beta. I mean, it's good for EG2 to keep Samael alive. He is definitely not there without help.
I'll root him up with the Gust and then some cold arrows. Vengeful Spirit. 4 stick charges available, and in fact, he's already being abandoned. So
He's
Fly
fine,
into the trees. Has he got the distance?
He's
They
fast.
don't have the vision, and he is very fast. He's back towards the tier 1 tower.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Samael will die in mid.
So Non-Grata with the rotation this time around, helping his Tiny out.
Observer Ward behind the tower, so they saw all of this rotation coming in. Stayed long enough to bring the rotation. And then this creates space for Arteezy and Crit on top.
Oh, reload bottom. Silent.
Oh, they're actually going after him.
Good gust.
Great gust. They'll still go for the chase, and, well, always want to fly is nearby. But Crit, he's got the extra life. He's still got 10 stick charges, which now he'll use. Always want to fly will die, and they want the kill onto Silent. That's the critical one. More support is on the way. Iceberg as well as non-grata, so they curse up Arteezy. Took a while before this arrives. Samael doesn't have his ship. He's already used it. And they toss forward. Arteezy low on life. Non-grata staying with him. Fly, he'll need to actually lend his stun, but he doesn't actually do it. No fear, so low. 95 HP sitting in the trees. Will start to cold embrace himself. Toss up. Samael, hidden invis, wants to keep fighting up. Now back into the Moonlight Shadow. Won't be there in time. And Winstrike, a huge victory for them when they can get so many critical core kills and then keep their cores alive. And Dro Ranger, while Silent, is going to do the best thing he can do. Stay as far back from the front lines as possible and just give aura.
Yeah, you'd feel better about that if they had more than 3 total ranged heroes, right? Like the Tiny actually doesn't benefit
I would
at
feel
all.
a lot better about that, but at least he can farm quite nicely.
Fly, stun into arrow.
Yeah.
Good curse.
Curse is out, and it will be Vengeful Spirit copying a lot of damage with a Splinter Blast, but relocate in from Crit as well as Arteezy. So they'll grab both of them. Non-grata came in to help out. Always want to fly. He's just out of range of any detection. Anyone else bring something, they're going to ship Torrent. No way for Always want to fly to escape that. Wet behind the ears. But Iceberg's looking for some kind of rebuttal, and he will not find it.
Mistimed the Splinter Blast there from No Fear as well, and the curse would have got Venge very low, or maybe even grabbed the kill, but he used it while the curse was still running, so didn't get the damage off.
The stun
arrow
perfect
again.
Double combination. Fly and S4 have just been right on the money for this.
Oh, where's Tiny?
Always want to fly is nearby. Here comes Iceberg. They're all grouped up together. Radiant Sentry Ward is in a really good position. So they just pop the Vengeful Spirit, but leap up and down. Silent cannot escape from S4. It's too much damage, and then they get X marks the spot. Always want to fly back, but once again, short of detection.
And eventually, hopefully, Drow becomes a hero. Because we've barely seen Silent in this game. The aura hasn't offered much. It's helped the Weaver, actually. That's kind of what it's done. Drow has made Weaver stronger in this game. But that's why they have to play to that strength. Oh, Iceberg getting caught in the river.
Yeah, Samael gonna drop the entire combination onto the Tiny's head. No Fear wants to help out. Curse is available, and it's on to Fly. Samael actually walked back in range, so he can hit in. Crit's very, very low, but he's got 14 1 charges. They'll pull Iceberg back in with the X mark.
I'm surprised they didn't TP in any support there.
Yeah, nobody came.
The Swarm will scout. They know Roche was being done. Is half HP. Scouted by non-grata, but...
Yeah, but they know no one's in there now, so No Fear. X marks, can at least cold embrace and delay it, but that's that mixed damage. Level 4 Rocker Barrage.
EG have so good vision up here after they took that T1 tower. They've been warding very aggressively to prepare for Roshan.
He's burning the drum charge just in case. Arteezy hid inside the tree line.
Iceberg realized.
Yeah.
Blinked away. When you send in the swarm like that as Weaver and you see a half HP Roche, you gotta feel like... Oh.
Weaver didn't realize. He didn't know where the Obs and Sentry were. Now they definitely do.
Oh, they already lost their Wyvern over there, right? Like, you send in the Swarm, Roche is half HP. Why would EG stop doing this Roche? These aggressive wards to be placed by EG when they've played up in this area for the last minute. They're just claiming a big reward here. Not only did they get the Wyvern, they also get a freebie Weaver and still the Roche.
But now Crit's also finished a full mech. Top lane may be dead. No Fear is a long way from home. I don't know if this push is really worth it for him as S4 just leaps in. Torrent connection is perfect, and S4 does get the kill. Well, they may find some more. Dewarding was in place. Fly was nearby. They get the dust and just toss him forward. All the reveal, all the information up the hill. And Silent with a much needed kill, even though they may get a little bit more thanks to the relocate. Arteezy and Crit working together. Silent just cannot make his way up the staircase. And Always want to fly. He can drop a Sentry Ward. Arrow flies stray. And in fact, now the Sentry was starting to be de-warded. Always want to fly, knew someone was around.
There's so much damage coming from the other side. Gyro, Mirana, and Kunkka. The Kunkka cleave he can't really dodge, but maybe the other two. Like, he needs a damage item that also gives him a little bit of defensive capabilities in the BKB. Because I think he's
Silent.
not... Oh, he's dead.
Call down. He's
See ya!
try and gust back, create a little bit of space. 6-1 charges, holds them. The Re-Heroes ended up turning up with S4 coming in late to join the party.
Gyro laugh. Oh, S4 is actually bottom, looking for a play on Nongrata. If he hits a long duration arrow, this could work.
It's short.
Fast Shikuchi. Very quick reaction there from Nongrata, keeps him alive. Oh, Arteezy uses BKB actually, he's in.
He goes in, but the overgrowth has locked him up, and now with the curse, Sumail turns around to beat into the gyrocopter. Silent wants to help out, they need a little bit more damage, and maybe they don't have it. Crit arrives with the tethered up mech charge.
Sumail missed like 5 attacks in a row, it looked like, almost on Arteezy's butterfly. Maybe he was still running when the curse came out, so you gotta choose. Do you want to curse the gyro, or do you want to just hold Kunkka in place, basically? There will be the Rex.
Yep. We're looking for some level of pick in the mid lane, but nothing really came in. And thanks to the creep wave already arriving through the mid, they can attack into the top range racks if they want to, or they can just do this. Even without Aegis, Arteezy is fine. Jumping forward, X marks ship, torrent, everything. Sumail is just dropping it onto No Fear. Cold Embrace will not hug him the way he wanted to. And the relocate, crits arriving into the fight as well. Always Wanna Fly has no way to escape. And this is Winstrike not ready on the same page. Weaver is only just TP'd back.
Wyvern was trying for a blink curse, but EG were very quick to react and spread out, so he didn't find the target.
Actually took the gyro out. Sumail has to BKB and stand a fight, but there is no Arteezy, but they have the vision, they have the detection. The sentry wall was down the hillside. Okay, they don't even need Arteezy. He is non-requirement for this game. Fly. Okay, we have ourselves a quick pause as...
Obviously, he will get the move speed talent on level 20, but he doesn't have that yet. Let's see how much he has. 473, actually. That's more than I expected. He does have the drum, so that's why.
Nongrata's going after Sumail. He's a couple of ball charges away! Sumail just armlet toggles, and Nongrata gets slapped. You can buy back, and they'll probably have to if they want to defend this mid-racks. Oops. But a blink curse is what No Fear is looking for. Smoked up, trying to find the right target, and there's your jump. Right onto the IO, just wants to delete crit from the game, but even with the damage of Sumail, it's nowhere near enough. Always Wanna Fly gets caught out by Arteezy. The mid-racks is gone, and even with the Weaver buyback, it all comes too little too late.
To start really dealing damage, like, it's nice to have the MKB, obviously you have good attack speed because of your ultimate on Drow, but they're very far behind again.
Yeah, and Arteezy has a full Satanic completed.
Yep.
And he has the tethered Aghanim Scepter, so dust reveal, Nongrata's on the run, homing missile will be able to dunk him on the head. Call down will be perfect position, and the
nice curse.
Ooh, S4 actually leapt in to help kill off crit. So No Fear gets something in return, needs to complete his TP out. Sant will be able to do the same thing. They still lost Nongrata, and the arrow onto Winter Wyvern. No way to survive.
Two godlike heroes on EG, S4 and Arteezy both. Some games it's Arteezy, some games it's Sumail. All three of them know how to find farm, know how to play aggressively, combine spells, and just win the game. They're looking very, very solid.
The heart's arriving, everything's arriving, toss in. Arteezy's in pretty deep, but it looks like he doesn't really care. Crit will just relocate to come and join him, and then they at least get the overgrowth off from Always Wanna Fly. It'll cost him his life to do so. Then the mechs, all the regeneration, and the ship. No more damage to really be done by Winstrike. As EG back up for the tier 3 tower, the curse is out, but Sumail, that heart, he is so strong. 4k HP they have to get through, and that's with the armlet turned off. The buyback from Always Wanna Fly tried to get more involved, but he can't get a punch. Sumail is low, he needs time to regenerate. Iceberg's not going to give him that time. Fly will, however, the space from the swap. They get far enough away, and Arteezy with the flat cannon. The shots just fly so far forward. S4's having a field day. He'll end up killing him, and that is GG. EG take the second game, not as convincingly as the first, but still with a lot of strength.
This game was a little bit longer, but yeah, remember, we were at the 25-minute mark. EG had an 8 or 9k lead. In the last game, they had 26.